Planning Commission Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. We'll start with roll call.
Greg Bowman, Dave Renoff.
Here.
Jeffrey Byer.
Here.
John Brown. Here. Any Wars? Chair West.
Here. Business official action can only be taken on items which appear on the agenda. The Planning Commission may adopt, approve, ratify, deny, defer, recommend, amend, strike, or continue any agenda item except for item number 1. Item number 1 is consideration and appropriate action relating to a request for approval of the consent agenda. All matters listed under consent are considered by the Commission to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. Any commissioner may, however, remove an item from the consent agenda by request. A motion to adopt the consent agenda is not debatable. Looks like we have 4 items on the consent agenda, A through D.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Let's vote, please.
David Renoff.
Yes.
Jeffrey Byer.
Yes.
John Brown.
Yes.
Chair West.
Yes. We will then skip agenda item number 2, which is consideration of anything that was pulled. Item number 3 is JZ 22682, a request by Rob Collier
Good.
for a zone change from AG to RE, general location 187 East 116th Street. And we will hear from Mrs. Hilton, please. The address.
On the location of this one. Thank you, Mr. Chair and Planning Commission. This item is, there are 2 different items, item number 3 and item number 4, but they're directly related, so I'll do one report and you'll have 2 separate actions. So, Mr. Rob, I'm going to say because I'm not as daring to pronounce the last name, came to us with a simple lot split request, and I managed to really complicate everything. So essentially what he wanted to do required a rezoning from the original ag to residential estate in order to meet that width at the street, or I should say at the property line, because that's how the code reads. And so that was good. And then in the process, we realized that there's not a full dedication of right of way from actually north or south in that area. He was on his property was an old right of way dedication that anyway, long story short, needed to be updated because it didn't really fulfill the requirements that the city or county would need to date. So staff has looked at this, technical advisory has looked at it. He has an outstanding surveyor who's worked very quickly for him and for the city, every request that we've done. TAC and staff does recommend approval of the lot split and the rezoning in order to, the rezoning again is, you can't have a lot split without rezoning it because we can't meet the lot width at the property line. So currently it is zoned ag, it will go to residential estate. I believe that the property to the north is going to purchase the lot, and it's a little bit confusing because they already have access across the lot on the far east, so this gives them street frontage on 116th, and it also in a legal ownership of their access that they currently have. I believe that they'll be combining that in the future. There was one comment from TAC, and that was from the Creekwater Rural Water District number 2. If there were to be any structures in the future, it would require a modification and extension of their water line. So I believe there's like, I can't remember now if it's a 1 inch or 2 inch, but it dead ends, and they wouldn't allow that for anything in the future. So I did make that note to them. They understand that. On page 28 shows the current location, and you can see there south of 161st, the right of way just stops completely. So we're asking for the full 40 feet. That is strangely enough an industrial collector, and it goes out east to some industrial type pieces that were previously there. The map at the bottom shows an aerial view, The owner of the property is present if you have any questions. If approved, the lot split is done tonight, and the rezoning goes to city council on November the 9th, along with the right-of-way dedication.
This seems pretty straightforward to me. Thanks for going over that. Other than the brief comments before the meeting, did you get any comments from neighbors or anyone else?
No one called, no one, I'm surprised someone showed up, actually.
I had multiple texts and a couple of calls and nobody's here.
Okay. Well, they just go straight to, straight to the chamber.
Well, I didn't know what it was gonna be. I assumed already that maybe, the new owner of the property to the north was gonna put some homes in there.
As far as I know, someone mentioned later, one of the brokers or real estate agents mentioned that they may tear a house down and build something new, but I think it's still just to be combined into one large property.
Is the barn a grow facility?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Was that north of you?
I asked him about that. And, he's got 3 small children and he doesn't want a grow facility there. He's gonna use it, it's a nice, all the equipment for the growing mostly, I think, was all removed. And he just wants a place for his family. He's a doctor, a young doctor with 3 small kids. He may end up, his plan is to tear down the house that he bought on the 5 acres and build a house there. But he's not gonna add a house, they're probably just gonna remove one and put another in.
Yeah.
Got a great pool, great lot, great barn, not such a great house.
It's
He
okay.
can afford to do it, I guess. This way, he'll own the right of way. He has an easement there, and he'll own that. So he said people driving back there and stuff. You.
Yeah. It's not posted, it's open. It looked like a grow facility, that's why I asked the question.
It was.
I thought it was.
And, yeah, and well, anyway, glad that's happened. It's gonna be there.
Under the current code, I don't think that we could license it as a grow facility, because there's a spacing requirement for, between grow facilities and homes, and I don't think that it would meet it. I'm not positive.
Did he get that license when he put that in?
I have no idea.
Because I was surprised. I mean, he had an easement on my property, and all of a sudden he's hammering up no parking signs on the trees, and I was like, do I get a say in this?
Yeah. All right, well, we've, kind of opened the floor and heard from the applicant, so, entertain a motion on, I guess we need 2 motions.
Yeah.
For number 3, one for number 3 and one for number 4.
Okay, I'll move to approve JC 22-682.
Second.
David Randolph,
Yes.
Jeffrey Byer,
Yes.
John Brown,
Yes.
Jerry West.
Yes.
I move to approve JL 22-378. Second.
David Randolph,
Yes.
Jeffrey Byer,
Yes.
John Brown,
Yes.
Jerry West.
Yes. In other business, we, have funding updates.
I don't really have anything, you got your updates this week, and you should have quite a few items, but nothing, there will be, a big item, I'll write to you all more about it on the comp plan amendment, but other than that, there is not much to say.
Can I jump back just one thing? Was it 22-377 or 378? 377. I mean, it's clear enough what we're. I think the table of contents has 78, but
Yeah, it should be 377.
just for the record, it's there. We're talking about.
I concur with that.
Okay, thank you.
Professional, good for you.
I know.
Very good.
The
We had a lady on council a decade or more ago that caught everything. I mean, there were four or five items in the minutes every week. That's a comma or a.
No.
Okay,
The motion to adjourn?
well, any more updates? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, I'm saying.
I don't really have anything.
Is there any movement on potential replacement for the last, for the new opening?
I spoke with the mayor and he didn't really, have anybody. There are a couple of options, but we were also trying to not rush into a decision, but also trying to find people that maybe live in other parts of the city because we kind of have a little cluster going on.
Yeah.
So we're trying to spread it out a little bit, but at this time, I told him I was not aware of anything really big coming up and I didn't see any reason to rush through it.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll-
Aye.